in danger, and that they should send someone to assist immediately. Ye Tian appears in the alley, his expression fierce as he declares that if anyone from the Yun family dares to harm even a single hair on Ye Yu's head, he will kill them all. Jin transforms into his true form and stands guard over Ye Yu. Ye Yu, confused but determined, asks the silver-haired lady who she is. The lady smiles slightly and suggests she ask her brother instead. He would be better suited to give that answer. Ye Yu then asks if they are looking for Ye Tian, but the lady replies that she is actually after the little mouse, the one that stole something from her. Heavy rain pours down as Ye Tian makes his way toward the signal, rushing through the storm with urgency, determined to reach the location as quickly as possible. He finally arrives at the last place where he detected the soul contract, but to his dismay, Ye Yu is nowhere to be found. Only Jin lies on the ground. Ye Tian picks up the small animal in his hands and asks if he's all right. Jin apologizes to his master, his voice weak and filled with guilt, saying that he failed to protect Ye Yu and is useless in his duties. Just then, Purple emerges from his hiding spot and echoes the same sentiment, apologizing and admitting that he is far too weak to be of any help in a fight, unable to do anything at all. Ye Tian tells them it's not their fault, his tone heavy with remorse. He blames himself instead, saying that he should never have let Ye Yu return alone. He admits that everything that happened is the result of his own mistake. Reaching into his spatial talent pocket inventory, Ye Tian tells Jin and Purple to rest and recover, assuring them that he will take care of things from here. With cold resolve, he declares that he is going to kill the Yun family immediately. A crack of lightning flashes across the sky as Yue Ling suddenly teleports to his location. Startled, Ye Tian calls out her name in surprise. Meanwhile, deep within the Yun family's underground jail, Ye Yu kneels on the cold floor, trembling, yet summoning the strength to rise. With fierce defiance, she demands to be released, shouting at her captors to open the door. She threatens them, vowing that her brother will never let them live after what they've done to her. A servant of the silver-haired girl smirks at Ye Yu's outburst, mocking her for not understanding the gravity of her situation. He coldly reveals that the silver-haired girl had deliberately spared the soul-bound animals, allowing them to live so they could alert Ye Tian through their soul contracts. Ye Yu, confused and enraged, demands to know what he means. The servant explains clearly and without remorse that everything was orchestrated, that this entire situation is nothing but a trap. He adds grimly that if her brother dares to come here, he will only be walking into his own death. Back outside, Ye Tian lies unconscious on the ground as Yue Ling stands above him, looking down in silence. Ye Tian dreams about his younger sister Ye Yu, crying out for him, covered in wounds. He hesitantly wakes up sweating. He is in a room he doesn't recognize. While trying to understand where he is, he remembers Yue Ling. A memory flashes through him where he meets Yu Ling in front of the Yun mansion, and she informs him about everything, which makes him understand that the Yun family abducted Ye Yu because they found out that he was the one who took away their Vitality Stone mine. He blames himself. Yue Ling tries to calm him down by mentioning that since the Yun family goal is to take back that stone mine from him, it makes sure that Ye Yu is safe for now. But Ye Tian steps forward with rage and anger burning inside him. Yue Ling tries to stop him, making him understand that it is all a trap and they are waiting for him. He will end up dead if he rushes towards the Yun family, but he refuses to stay behind, shouting that Ye Yu is his only family and that he must save her. He also adds that if she really wanted to help, then she shouldn't be stopping him. It makes Yue Ling a bit hurt, but due to her concern, she pulls out a poison needle and strikes him. His body is instantly paralyzed by the poison, and he falls to the ground. As the flashback ends, Yue Ling is standing by the door. As Ye Tian wakes up, he asks her about what she did to him, to which she says that she paralyzed him with a poisoned needle and it doesn't have any side effects. He further asks him about the place where he is at. She informs him that he is in one of the external private mansions of the Yue family, and he is safe here. Still full of guilt and worry, Ye Tian says he needs to rescue Ye Yu. He tries to stand up but instantly falls. Yue Ling tells him that the poison is still there in his body. He is too weak to fight them and to save his sister. She continues that a fight against someone like Yun He, who is a monarch, would be way too difficult for him. He says if it is the Vitality Stone mine they are after, he is willing to give it back as long as they don't harm his sister. She sits calmly and explains to him that through her spies, it is heard that everything in the Yun family is normal and they are waiting for him to come. If he doesn't go, then Ye Yu will be safe, or else both of them will die in Yun's mansion. She continues that the Demon Sea Base's Yun and Yue families have been against each other for years. The Yun family wished to destroy the Yue family, but they had no reason to do so. Now the Yun family gathered strong people to take the Vitality Stone mine so they could rule the Martial Pavilion and defeat the Yue family, but no one thought Ye Tian would get it instead. They must have investigated and found out that Ye Tian managed to enter the secret realm through the Yue family's connections, so they ended up believing that he is a part of the Yue family. She adds that kidnapping Ye Yu isn't just to harm Ye Tian. Their true goal is to force a war with the Yue family, a monarch's war. Feeling powerless, Ye Tian grieves that Ye Yu was nothing against them, but needlessly gets involved in this. Yueling says as she opens the window that there are things that they don't want to do, as they are born in a world where the strong rule and the weak suffer, but life continues to force them in order to keep going. As the rain falls outside, a father is carrying his daughter. The girl says she's hungry, and the father tells her they are almost home. Back in the room, Yetian says he is ready to follow her lead and asks her what he should do next. Yueling turns around and tells him he should have done this from the beginning. She explains what he needs to do and suggests not being rash. Yetian acknowledges all the instructions. At that moment, a servant comes in and says someone has come to visit Yueling. As she takes her leave, she tells Yetian that tomorrow they need to go somewhere together. He asks where, but she doesn't tell him. She just says that there he will be able to advance to the Grandmaster. The next day, Yueling takes Yetian to the Yue family's mansion. Someone notices them and comments that they weren't supposed to arrive until the afternoon. Meanwhile, Yueling leads Yetian through the large courtyard and into an underground passage. Yetian grows suspicious and asks her where she is taking him. She simply tells him to stay quiet and follow her. As they walk through a dark underground corridor, Yueling silently thinks to herself that someone has arrived at the wrong time, and that before dealing with them, she must first make arrangements for Yetian. Eventually, they reach a large hidden room. Yueling stops and tells Yetian that they have arrived and asks him to come inside. As soon as he walks in, a bad and strong smell hits him. Thick green smoke is coming from a bubbling pot in the middle of the room. Covering his nose, Yetian makes a disgusted face, wondering what the awful smell is, and thinks sarcastically that it surely isn't the Yue family's pond of waste. But it's not a waste. The pot is filled with a body-tempering potion, a rare and strong mixture that makes the body stronger. Yueling walks in, where an elderly man in white clothes, likely an alchemist, is stirring the mixture. She asks if everything is ready. The man replies it's almost done. Just one last jar needs to be filled and adds that the potion turned out very well this time. Yetian follows behind her. Yueling agrees, saying that it looks like everything is going smoothly. The man laughs proudly and tells her that she can trust his skills. As the process is almost finished, Yueling suddenly tells Yetian to take his clothes off. Yetian hesitates and looks at her, asking if she is serious. She says it again, telling him to hurry up. When he doesn't move, she tries to force him. Feeling embarrassed, Yetian quickly says she doesn't need to do it and that he can undress himself. After undressing, Yetian asks what he should do next. Yueling points to the bubbling pot and tells him to sit inside it. Yetian is surprised and asks if he can really become a grandmaster just by sitting in that thing. Yueling explains that the potion is extremely valuable and shouldn't be underestimated. It's made from lots of mystical elixir, all mixed using the Yue family's secret recipe. She tells him that if he can absorb all the medicine from the 4 jars within the next 2 days, he will definitely reach the level of a grandmaster. Yetian steps into the hot green liquid. As soon as he sits down, he feels a sharp pain all over his body. Yueling asks him how he feels, to which he replies that it hurts a lot and it feels like 1,000 needles are stabbing his blood vessels. Yueling explains that the potion is opening his meridians, the energy paths in his body, and that he must go through the pain. She warns him that if he gets out now, all the medicine will be wasted. Yetian reassures her, saying he can take the pain and it's not a big deal to him. Yueling then tells the man that she has other things to do and is leaving for now. She asks him to call her right away if anything goes wrong. As she walks away, she looks back at Yetian and silently tells herself that he must become a grandmaster. Outside, in the upper area of the Yue family's mansion, a huge ship appears in the sky. It lands with a loud crash, shaking the ground. The leader of the Yue clan, waiting to receive them, says to himself that they've finally arrived after taking so long. A tall man in a long purple coat stands at the edge of the ship. He is known as the Formation Array Master Nie, a Grandmaster-level expert. As he lands, a man bows deeply to show respect. Beside him, Elder Yue greets him respectfully. Speaking as the Yue family's representative, he welcomes Grandmaster Nie on their behalf. Nie asks if they can talk about business. As they walk together, people nearby are surprised. They notice how respectfully the clan leader treats the man. One of them says he's heard the man is a Formation Array Master. Another is shocked, saying Formation Array Masters are extremely rare and legendary. Meanwhile, in the Yun family's underground jail, Ye Yu is sitting alone on the floor, looking sad. She softly calls out for her brother. Her voice is low. Back in the Yue family's underground, Yetian sits with closed eyes in the boiling liquid, enduring the sharp pain while the man who sits nearby falls asleep. Suddenly, Yetian sees something unexpected in his mind. A red egg appears in his vision. He realizes it's the dragon egg. At that moment, a crack appears on the egg's surface, and the shell begins to split. Back at the Yue family meeting hall, Elder Yue shows his gratitude towards Grandmaster Ne for visiting their humble mansion. He also says that it's a great help for the Yue family in their time of need, so he asks Grandmaster Ne for help. Nei-Chi bluntly tells him how he is usually very busy and has no interest in solving family conflicts. A man standing beside him realizes how arrogant he is. Just then, Elder Yue claps and asks his servant to bring something inside. As the girl servant walks inside with that thing, Yueling stops her and takes it, saying she will be taking it inside. It's a small wooden box with something valuable inside. Yueling walks inside, and as she opens the box in front of Grandmaster Ne, his eyes widen with shock, realizing that it's the Vitality Gathering pill. He finds Yue's family resources truly ample, as they take out a medicine that can help someone achieve the monarch rank easily like this. Yueling is sure that even an array master like him won't be able to reject a gift like this. Elder Yue asks him if he is satisfied with their gift, to which Grandmaster Ne laughs and says that how can he reject their generosity, and asks about what he can do in favor of this gift. Elder Yue stands up and explains that since going against the Yue family many times, Yun's family, he and their people, are arrogant and reckless. They snatched the business of the Yue family, and even harmed their disciples. This can no longer be tolerated. He asks Grandmaster Ne to join forces with them and destroy the Yun family. Meanwhile, in Yun's family's underground room, Yutian suddenly starts struggling as he realizes that the dragon egg is about to hatch. It's consuming all the herbal brew and the medicines at an incredible speed. If that's the case, Yutian decides to gather the entirety of the body's tempting potion and let it consume all of it. The pot with the thick boiling potion explodes with extreme energy. The man starts feeling an earthquake as the ground starts to shake aggressively. He looks at Ye Tian and wonders why all 4 cauldrons of the medicine are gathered together in one spot. It makes him realize that Ye Tian is going to explode from absorbing all of it. He rushes to inform Yue Ling about it. Back there, Ye Tian is amazed by the secret recipe of the Yue family, as the medicinal properties are strong. Suddenly, the dragon egg starts consuming the energy inside the Vitality Core Stone. As soon as Ye Tian realizes that he is about to break through to the next level, a huge, loud explosion echoes through the whole Yue mansion. Everyone in the mansion starts feeling an earthquake. Soon enough, the man reaches Yue Ling and informs her that something is wrong with that kid. However, Ye Tian finally manages to enter the realm of Grandmaster, but he never thought that he would end up getting the benefit of something else on top of it. His status window shows that his blood contract has been successfully completed, and his level is increased. Ye Tian looks at the newly hatched baby dragon, and while rubbing its nose with his knuckle, he expresses his surprise over being able to hatch the dragon egg. The red baby dragon flies in the air in front of him, growling as if asking for food. Seeing the baby dragon open its mouth wide, Ye Tian wonders what to feed it, and considers the options of elixirs and monster flesh. Analyzing the hatching process of the baby dragon, he remembers that it hatched after consuming the Vitality Core Stone's energy. Thus, he feeds it a Vitality Stone and gets impressed by the baby dragon's toughness for easily biting down something as strong as a Vitality Stone. After Ye Tian's done feeding it several Vitality Stones, he holds the dragon in his hand while trying to figure out its level based on human power levels and terms. All of a sudden, Ye Tian hears Yue Ling calling him out in panic. Before she arrives there, Ye Tian quickly hides the baby dragon in his inventory to protect it. As soon as he does that, Yue Ling enters the hall, yelling out to Ye Tian that it's harmful for him to absorb too much elixir in one go. However, once she looks at him in one piece, her eyes widen in surprise. Yue Ling has a hard time believing that Ye Tian has become a grandmaster already since the 4 jars of medicine were worth 2 days. She explains to him how any great martial warrior would end up exploding to death, yet here he is advanced to the next level. Thus, she asks him about his method, but he slyly avoids speaking the truth by claiming to be talented. She insists on telling him the truth, but he continues stalling, thinking about how he can't reveal the little dragon to her yet. In a panicked voice, the family chemist asks Yue Ling about the situation, so she informs him about it. When the man enters the hall in shock, Ye Tian thanks him for the elixir. On the other hand, Yue Ling accepts that he's hiding the truth, so she decides to return in order to facilitate the meeting to take down the Yun family. Yue Ling announces her departure and advises Ye Tian to rest, but he stops her and asks about when they'll be going to save Ye Yu. Seeing his growing impatience, she assures him that they'll go soon. After the family chemist has escorted Ye Tian out, Yue Ling analyzes the empty cauldrons and wonders what method he used. At the Yue family's dining hall, Ye Tian eats to his fullest until a wooden box floats in the air towards him. Yue Ling remarks on how he's already familiarized himself with the psychic energy of the Grandmaster level and elucidates that the thing inside the wooden box is a teleportation talisman. After getting to know about the talisman, he inquires where it'd take them. However, Yue Ling informs him about having a great plan, just like how they made an easy trap for Ye Tian. In the compound of the Yun family, a guard comes to another for the shift change. Upon meeting each other, the second one tells the first one about the rumors of the Yun family being under the danger of an attack. The sudden crackle of purple lightning goes unnoticed by the guards when the first one expresses his disbelief over the rumor. He calls it impossible since King Yun he's a monarch, which means anyone who dares to stir up trouble would end up dead. The second person laughs and agrees before saying that the opponent too needs to be a monarch ranked to be that courageous. Oblivious of Ye Tian's arrival, the guards peacefully plan for an outing for the next day. Ye Tian jumps up to the main building of the Yun family and uses spatial talent's spatial sensing technique to analyze the area. He finally spots the building where they've kept Ye Yu, so he bolts towards there. On his way, Ye Tian acknowledges the power of the Grandmaster realm for enabling